10K for a suite, then I don't want to hear no chat about numbers. You man are my youngers, all blacked out like grungers.
Yo, episode 15 of the Unrelated Show. Thankfully, we're not live on the network. I don't know if anyone saw Brando with Mayo, but thank God. Like, we are scattered here backstage, really, and those guys do the same thing, really, and then they go live, and it's fucking all over the place. So thank God that we don't do this live, Tim. Come in. Yeah, I don't know if you... I know you saw a bit of that. Any thoughts on Mayo's appearance with Brando?
Well, could we bring in our other guy? We've got a couple of guests today, right?
All right, sure. All right, we'll come straight in. So we're gonna originally Hey.
Well, we've got someone literally backstage now who's woke up at the crack of dawn. I'm gonna
let me just say originally we had John and Warren who was scheduled to come on. Now he's totally no-showed, no communication whatsoever. So I'm not sure. Tim, I don't know. It's pretty disappointing. I don't know if we probably won't reschedule in the end because we've had to reschedule a few times. On the weekend,
I wouldn't do that.
On the weekend, it was another John issue as well. So anyway, we decided we were going to have on with John because a bit of a different show this week, I think, with what's going on. So we thought we'd wake Bobby up at 6 a.m. Bobby Costa.
Here he is.
Hey, morning, gents. Morning.
6 a.m.
There's a lot of you coming on here and doing this bullshit and then going back to sleep.
I think I'll be able to. I don't know. Man, I did watch Mayo versus Brando, by the way. I thought Mayo came off like a bully in the first 10 minutes. I was like, what's he doing? But then I enjoyed it.
He completely planned that, by the way. Every part of it. He knew exactly what he was doing. He had a full script for it. He knew what he was doing.
Oh, really? I haven't heard this angle because everybody's with Bobby, which I disagree with. I'm with Mayo here. Mayo came on, and backstage pre-show, they came on and they were like, all right, we're going to collaborate here and, do a combo of our shows. And every time Mayo, came with what he was going to bring, Brando just, used straight face, silent treatment. It's pretty bullshit. So I don't know if I don't know what.
True.
You think? What were you think he came in here and was doing a bit, Tim?
Yeah, it was a complete bit. I know it was. It was full Mayo in like Mayo 100 miles an hour. He saw Brando's show with Mike. The one where he did the Orlando Magic and like Brando was all over the shop and Mike was obviously like wet into it. He saw that. He thought that was funny, and then he tried to recreate it. And I know this for a fact from an unnamed.
You don't know that for a fact because
I do.
No, because as you know, I was backstage for that show, and it was such a disaster. It was such a disaster that Brando left to do whatever, and Mayo did a full 20-30 minute psycho analysis breakdown of everything that happened, and it was not a bit. It was very serious. It's not a bit. All right, whatever. Anyway, it was a bit. Moving on.
He's doing a show with Menas tonight, well, Wednesday, whenever this goes out. So he's doing a thing with Menas. And have you seen his quiz sheet for him? I don't want to spoil it for the show, but he's written out like a whole quiz sheet of questions for Menas that he sent in the DMs.
I thought you were going to pull it up. Yeah, you best not.
No. I can't.
Can you give us one question?
Hold on, yeah.
Yeah, or else I will.
Yeah, I was going to say you're in the same thing as the same group, so you could definitely do it as well.
Shout out our better work days on the
it's all just
Piccolo Podcast Network. Shout out Benners.
I'll never forget
here's a tease for
his question for me. That was a paragraph long.
What was his question for you?
I don't know. You guys asked it to me. It was about parody songs.
Oh God, yeah.
And the artistry of it.
Oh, the one where I said, "Guess who asked this question?"
Yes, yeah.
Before I'd even finished asking you, you're like, Mayo. That was Mayo.
Fuck was that?
Oh, look who we got backstage. Speak of the devil. How do I charge my computer?
This is live.
Let
Well, not.
I've forgotten how to charge my computer.
Tim, make sure.
So wait, let me. Oh,
make sure you set off a rape alarm while you're at it.
Hold on. What does that go in there? Then?
I think it's going off right now.
Styrofoam.
This is professional. Right. So, do you want a question? One of should we just
hang on. I shoehorned it in, but can you tell that story?
Which story?
About how you set off a teenage girl's rape alarm the other week.
Oh, I can't. I don't actually.
Is it because you're so fucking fat and ugly?
Yeah, just women just set off rape alarms.
Right.
Near them. No, I was with my missus. We were walking down quite a dark alley. It's about 6 a.m. around this way. And in London, like 6 a.m. in like a dark alley, I guess it's two people are following you. However nice the area is, people get a bit sketchy. And this teenage girl was in front of us. Proper rail thin, tiny teenage girl. And she set off a rape alarm.
Shout out, man.
I presume it was because we were following her. I don't know. We weren't following her. I mean, that we were following her down that street, a little dark alley. And then, just no one did anything. It wasn't very loud. It just went off for ages. No one came out their door.
And
no
one
one paid any attention to it.
Hallway?
Okay, he's lying.
Yeah, and then we then proceeded to go to the train station.
He was rubbing up against some fucking teenage girl.
That's like the flirting versus harassment meme. if Michael B. Jordan were following her.
Exactly. Oh wait, well, I don't know what you're trying to say about me here.
Hey.
Bit insulting. Well, we've lost Brandon. Let me just send him the thing again. Let me try and get him back.
Shut your fucking dog up.
Yeah, you two just riff for a minute while I. Sasha, stop it.
Let me. Oh, you know what I just found out? Literally like 2 hours ago. Speaking of sad news, it turns out that those, on Instagram, all those Down syndrome girls you've been seeing, the sexy Down syndrome girls. Turns out that's a filter, and I realized before I'm probably the last to find out about that.
I didn't know that. What?
Yeah, it's like a trend. Like girls have been putting a Down syndrome filter on, and whatever.
Who made that filter? That's wild.
I like it. I want to try it.
I feel like that's like not blackface, but it's like I don't think that should be allowed.
What would you call it?
I guess if you're making money from charity, I guess. Like how many is there many like charitable wanks? Like how many times are you jerking off? Like because she's missing a leg or something.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm not charitable whatsoever.
Speaking of women's limbs, I played baseball last weekend, and winter league's a mixed league, and so very casual. But I was pitching really badly, and this woman came up, and I fucking nailed her right in the elbow. So that's not good. She didn't
send
just
a
crash.
message.
Like she was screaming. So
yeah.
And then what's funny is next time I came out to bat, like it came right at me, and I was like, all right, no, but it's not like that.
You playing a mixed.
Yeah, I know. Everybody says that. I know. Yeah, I know. Well, it's their choice, I guess. It's very low skill. It's not fucking,
Yeah, I bet it's fun. It seems fun.
Yeah, until you got to drive, an hour. You drive an hour to lose by 20 runs. Yeah,
you just get to hurl baseballs at girls all day.
Well, it sounds like you got one back, Jackson. Was that from a woman
right.
that you got blasted?
No, I hit her.
No, but then you said you went to hit.
Then she buzzed his tower.
Oh no, it was like it was another dude.
Blasted.
Yeah. Are you trying to make a gay joke?
It took me a while to get there. But...
Okay. Anyway.
While Brando's fucking around, I've got a couple of questions. Well, first of all, a couple of clarifications. First of all, Menace on Menace Live last night said that we're on hiatus. We're not on hiatus.
Yeah, what's that? What's the go with that?
He's an idiot, isn't he? And he said that you're doing the Aussie Minifan show with him instead, which is disgusting.
That's true. So I think we are in discussion. I'm trying to. I know there's probably like 10. So it's not a lot, but there's probably like 10 Aussies. Maybe more like silent, but at least 10 that we like know of. But nobody wants to talk. That's fair enough. It's Menace, he's a fucking pair. But yeah, I think we are going to bring it back at some point. I don't know.
And then he cried last night on Menace Live. Did you see that?
It's a sad time.
I did.
Yeah.
You cried on Menace Live?
I actually did. Yeah. I've been a wreck since Friday, man. And I was surprised to see Menace upset like that. But no, I thought I pretty much agreed with everything Menace said on that, including the Kane stuff. That was clear.
Yeah.
That DM is fake, right?
It's astonishing how many people. There's probably. I reckon it's about 50% of people realize and are reading on the kind of, air quotes joke that they're all fake DMs and fake messages.
You just can't.
And then I think 50% of people aren't in on it and they don't realize.
Yeah, I guess we're doing it now, but you don't want to ruin the joke. I'm retweeting everything,
Right. True.
I don't hate Kane like other people, but it is funny. It is a funny story. He did admit to shitting in the toilet. So
no, I don't think he did. I think he admitted to going to the toilet and saying that was a weird squirrel.
I think he ate like 6 beef sandwiches or something.
He also makes it difficult for himself because
he mixes it with rum.
So drunk. Well, he's always so drunk he can't remember if he sent the messages. So people just make up fake messages, and then he's drunk all the time, and he can't deny it, even though they're clearly made up.
So you're saying it could be true?
No, they're not true. But he's just so stupid that he makes people think they're true. Yeah, sorry.
So you're out on Kane. You hate Kane, is what you're saying, Tim?
No, he's a wildly entertaining specimen.
Damn right.
Can you imagine? He's a bit of, and I guess all this stuff is quite it's like needed relief as well.
True.
The last few days, it allows people who aren't able to actually deal with their emotions to just, if you just shit on Kane, it makes you feel a bit better, doesn't it?
Right. Yes.
We all cope in different ways.
Thank you, Kane.
Yeah, everyone deals with grief in different ways. So my goal for the show today is to either make Jackson cry or get him to make a series of jokes that are so dark and insensitive that we get chucked off the network.
Okay.
So it's going to go one way or the other way, probably.
Well, I'm not going to cry.
Oh, shit.
So.
I wanted to start with a little... So here's... Everyone's obviously eugized over cinema and said, I don't know. I feel like everyone said all the nice things you can say. Not all of them, but I don't know if I can add a huge amount. So I kind of want to take a slightly different approach and just show some examples of him and how he's slightly different. So I've got one. So I was thinking about it earlier. Have you seen Bobby the KMS death pool account?
Yes. I love that account.
Yeah, great account. So it obviously tallies up all of Kirk's death wishes upon every Minifan. So I had a look through 2024, and I got here. So this is, can you see that? It might be a bit small. It's probably a bit small to read, but there was...
I got nothing coming up.
Can you see anything, Bobby, on your screen?
I can see it. I'm trying to...
So, essentially, my point is going to be there's 68 different times that Kirk wished death upon people, including every single member of the basketball team except one person. Johnny Warren got 3 death wishes. Johnny Warren's dad got a death wish. Coleman got 15 different death wishes. Mark got 5. He was tied second with Justin's friend Mark. Beanbag Ron got death wish, jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. One man did not ever have death wished upon him. He was never caught Kirk's ire, and that was Cinema. Which I think is a testament to the guy.
It's kind of disappointing.
I wonder if he wanted to.
Imagine he called it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm guessing pretty much all those except like Coleman were like basketball related, and fucking that guy was dying for the team. Literally, you could see the sweat and the steam coming off of him. So you can't wish death on him when he's fucking playing in cargo shorts.
For what reason would you need to tell Ron to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge?
It was probably layup line or something. Something in warm up.
Well, I mean, yeah. Again, you could go through a lot of these and say, "I wonder why." Because what he doesn't do, Steph Pool guy, is give the reason why. He just gives the method.
Oh, I kind of like it better that way.
Yeah, just wondering why Kirk wanted Coleman to be in a plane crash while speaking in a British accent.
I remember
Wow.
There was one method that just made me laugh. That just said JFK style.
Who is that for?
I forget. JFK style.
Yeah. Clemmer, like the United Healthcare CEO. Yeah, makes me good read in the KMS Death Pool account. The other, I just take that down. Oh, he's still not got Brando. I don't know where he's gone. The other little testament. I was watching the Quidditch guy compilation, which is a brilliant compilation, right?
Right.
I noticed a couple of things, and I don't know if it's just because I've got shit memory, but if I just show you a screenshot, so this is the first screenshot I looked at. You're not going to be able to see this, Jackson, because I presume you're on your phone.
This happened last time where it didn't work the first time and then it worked afterwards.
Is it working now?
No, but maybe I'll even come back real quick.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that. I'll be back 2 seconds.
All right. Okay. All right. So, Bobby, if you look at this,
great photo.
Do you notice anything?
They're dressed awfully similarly.
Exactly. You've got it. They are dressed in very, very similar clothing. So this is from an earlier appearance, and then I took another screenshot.
Come on, please work.
Which was this one.
They're matching even more now, Tim.
Yeah, Mike's even like, and was that a concerted decision by Mike to like pay homage to cinema?
I hope so. That's awesome.
I don't think there's any other Minifans that Mike would do that for.
And is that now if anyone that goes in studio, can we honor him by wearing the Hawaiian shirt? I don't want to,
Good question.
So I was gonna wear one tonight. I went to buy one on the weekend, and they're all like XXXL.
That's how they gotta be.
Yeah,
that's the Tommy Bahama lifestyle.
I don't know what to do.
Blowing through it
because they look cool. Like I looked through them, and I was like, I might buy 3 or 4 of these. Like I could rock this, but they're fucking huge.
Mm-hmm. I have one lying around. I was Magnum PI for Halloween one year.
Well, Tim, you said you've got like 30.
Oh yeah, I've got loads of like party shirts, wine shirts.
Hell yeah!
You said okay. So here we go. So you say
they're very trendy over here. They're not like.
Hang on, Tim. So you've said this before when it was just the two of us. You said a party shirt. What's a party shirt,
Yeah,
Bobby? What? How would you describe a party shirt?
My co-host has a winding down shirt, so I don't know. A party shirt is, I would say either one. They're kind of the opposite. Either one that is like really nice and expensive you want to wear, or one that you're okay getting stained and fucked up, covered.
But
in
you're
beer.
not talking about funky prints or like, you know, graphics, or you're just talking about a nice shirt.
Right? Yeah.
What are you talking about, Tim?
What you just said, the former, like funky print. They're very trendy over here. It's like hipsters wear them.
Damn.
Like what?
It's a kind of a less garish Hawaiian shirt. It's not quite as garish. It's like got like floral print or.
Okay.
But you're paying like you just overpay in like hipster in clothing stores. Anyway, enough about my shirt. I had a question, Bobby. The song that you said Cinema sang, what was that song?
Follow Me by Uncle Cracker. Oh man. What?
How's it go?
You don't know how you met me, you don't know why. You know.
Oh yeah.
So in Laconia, people, kind of strangers, non-Minifans, people start signing up for karaoke. And Cinema sees this and he's like, oh man, I'll do my song. My song's Follow Me, Uncle Cracker. And I think he said that to me and Coleman, and we just laughed. And then like 20 minutes later, I just hear that song start to play, and I look over and he's actually doing it. I couldn't believe it. Oh, so awesome. And I'm pretty sure his girlfriend was there filming it like it was a concert. Just loving every second.
I like that footage.
That was so funny.
That does seem like, if I was to have to pick a song that, or if you were to give me like a list of songs and say which one would Cinema most likely sing, that would be at the top of the list.
I was surprised. I couldn't believe it. My other Cinema story, kind of, not really, is I actually just saw, you sent me that tweet or that DM, him talking about my song. He tweeted it. I saw another. It's just like, it's been stuck in my head. I keep singing it. He was the man. I've always just been a huge fan of his, and there's one 10-second window where I was upset with him, where he was on the show after a basketball practice or something, and he's like, and that kid Barry with the camera. And everyone's like, who's Barry? I'm like, what the hell, Cinema, in my head. And then 5 seconds later, he's like, he's so awesome. He's always in the right spot. He's always there. And so turned into a compliment. And he's just a positive dude. The best of us.
Unless you're on the opposition team, of course.
True, right. That's the last guy you'd want to see.
Which I recently, I don't know how it came up, but I was DMing with Cinema about that, and I didn't realize it was the reason why he said it. Do you know?
No.
Do we want to know?
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. The reason why because everyone just sort of says about their kind of Trump's going to send you back comment, and I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember how it came up in conversation. Let me just find out the DMs here. He was. Oh, here it is. So he said, I thought it was after the game. I thought it was during maybe there was a bit of a fight. Was there?
Yes, right.
But he said no. It's halfway through the game. Coleman was shooting a couple of free throws, and then he was catching a breather during the game, right next to their bench while Coleman was taking his free throws. And then obviously Coleman's free throws are so bad. He's just airballing them. And then they started laughing at Coleman, and that's when Cinema just lost his shit. He was just furious that they were laughing at Coleman.
Damn right.
Yeah.
It's a fucking teammate right there. Even Coleman shooting free throws, which is tough to defend, he still defended.
Yes, it's very tough to defend.
Stuck up with it.
And there's a little bit more layer to before he said the Trump comment. He said,
"That's awesome."
He said he started asking them if
he was provoked.
If what?
And he said to them. So Cinema said to the Slavs. He started asking them when they started laughing at Coleman. He said, Is your rectally dunk tape going to get your family citizenship, you cunts?
Oh my. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Then did the Trump comment after that.
That's brilliant.
Oh,
Damn.
speaking of
Brilliant basketball players.
There he
there
is.
is.
Oh, wow.
He can tag me in, tag him out, tag me in.
You going back to sleep?
Go to sleep.
What's good?
Brando, I love you, brother.
Hey, Bobby.
Good to see
Thanks
you.
for coming on, Bobby.
My pleasure.
Another banger.
I thought a compliment was coming. Thank you.
Let me hang on for a minute.
Not for me.
Rest in peace, cinema. I love you guys. Love cinema. Love the universe. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love your work, Barry.
Bobby.
See ya.
Yeah. We love you too.
Turn your phone sideways.
Oh yeah. This is different. It's usually Jackson's in the car, and I'm in a building.
Yeah, you're the homeless one now. Wow.
Yeah.
So, Brando, how are you?
I'm not too bad. Just finishing up the shift. I got about 30 minutes left, trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
Third shift's a little bit brutal, so yeah. What's going on?
Still haven't smiled from having Andy Mayo on the other day.
No, that hurt me. That hurt me deeply. But Tim seemed to enjoy it.
I fucking loved it.
That's always
I've watched
good.
I've watched that twice, end to end,
Mm.
and I've watched your stream with Mike. I think 3 times, or listened to it. 3 times, end to end. Incredible. I love it. There's nothing I like more than when you're in a pickle and you don't know what to do.
Yeah, it seems to make for the best content, even though it's uncomfortable. I watched some of it back, the Andy one, and it is very, very interesting and very tense at the beginning there. So
I don't know how
there's
you
something to that.
Because I was watching that fucking cringing.
Mm.
That was so. I don't know how you did that. It's like 15 minutes of you two. Ugh.
I couldn't watch all 15 minutes, but I just kind of was trying to check out like what it looked like and see how frustrated I looked in the moment and stuff. And I feel like I looked pretty uncomfortable.
And you could admit that you threw Mayo under the bus. Like Mayo had this big extravagant plan for the show, and you just totally derailed it. Every time that Mayo, wanted to come do his thing, you just straight face like you are right now, and silence like you are right now.
Well, we'll agree to disagree on that one, I guess. I did not expect Mayo to come in and I don't know if trying to derail the show is the right word or just kind of be dickish, and it just threw me off. But he did not enjoy how serious I got, especially at the beginning of the podcast. So I don't know. Me and him have great conversations in real life when I go hang out with him and stuff like that. So. I thought it was going to be a little more smooth.
What are your thoughts on Tim says that Mayo fully planned that? It was all a bit. Yep. He knew what was going to happen. He was trying to ruin it.
Yeah, he was.
And he says he has that on good information. Like that's a fact.
Yeah.
Which I don't believe personally. I don't believe that.
I think it's definitely a bit in that it's a played up character. I don't think that's necessarily him. I think he was trying to do maybe a knockoff Kirk thing where he's telling me, "Oh, you got to get your energy up. You gotta have fun. You can't be so rigid." And instead of just going on with the podcast, he's like, "Oh, well, maybe we should just end this thing and maybe just being confrontational, just to be confrontational." I guess. I don't know if he planned to ruin it, but he was not being very helpful.
So he fully went in intending to do that. That was his intent beforehand.
And you got sources.
I've got a very moldy source. Yes.
All right.
A what?
A very moldy source.
Oh. So when's the next episode with Mayo?
I'm not really sure. We'll have to see. When's
the next Brando show?
I think I might try to do one tonight. Is this coming out today or when's this coming out?
Wow. We got I think Menas and Mayo are doing a show tonight.
Sorry, this will be great. Great promo. We'll do it the day later. You know, Brando can do an unrelated show, just promo. Yeah, thank you, Brando. So that's why we got him on here. You know, what was it? $100 per episode.
Exactly.
Yeah, I sent him my Venmo.
I owe you for the last one. I'll send 200. I do have a question, Brando.
Yes, sir.
We've been talking a little bit about cinema. Not gone like too deep in like eulogizing, because I think everyone else has done a great job of that so far already. But there's just a few things we wanted to clear up. There's obviously there's 2 spots opened up for the basketball. Just an unrelated question. Completely unrelated question. Where were you between the hours of 8 a.m. and about 10 p.m. Saturday? Do you have any alibis?
No, I don't really have anything. I can just say that I've been advised by my attorney Darren Cunningham to plead the fifth.
Because I've had a few people pose this theory to me, and I've also had a few people say that after Cinema's brother has put his hat in the ring, he's now on Epstein watch. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, so you know Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide, but it was obviously he didn't commit suicide, he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
What I was insinuating there is that you might try and kill Cinema's brother to reopen another spot.
I got you now. I'm picking up what you're putting down now. Sorry, like I said,
I still don't really get it.
I thought he meant he was going to end up like being on the list of the people who took the planes to fuck the kids. So I didn't.
I'm not calling Cinema's brother a pedophile. No.
No, you're just saying that he's going to unalive himself, but not really.
Yeah, as in you're keeping
it classy.
Himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
I got you.
When you bring Epstein into it, it keeps it classy.
Yeah, and I think
what was that thing?
Maybe that'll cancel out Cinema. Like if his brother goes down 2, then like 2 negatives make a positive somehow.
Brando, you can't say that. That's way worse than anything.
Jesus, I thought this was a comedy podcast.
So
I can't do these at night.
It's tough at 6 in the morning at the end of my shift. I'm kind of
tired and giggly.
Trying my best.
Well, and I mean the reason why. So obviously there's these theories going around that you had a lot to do with things happening right now. In order to get yourself a place in the basketball team, and funnily enough, I don't know why you're so worried, because I mean with
Yeah,
you
can see in the shadow this fucking fat cunt dribbling the ball. You can hear kids in the background probably like, look at this idiot. You look more like a crack. You look more like a crackhead now.
That video was sent in the privacy of a group chat.
Wait, was it? Is that true?
Yeah. After Tim demanded multiple times that I sent him a video of me dribbling up and down the court. Dribbling is not my strong suit. In my defense, I'm more of a defensive player. I'm a big hustle guy, and I can shoot a little bit, but dribbling, definitely no. I've been trying to think of maybe I'll look some stuff up on YouTube on dribbling drills so I can get a little better with that in the next 10 days or so.
Yeah, I think it's probably a wise idea.
Yeah.
In terms of
just quickly, hang on. Sorry, just quickly. Well, I'm just thinking. I think there's a chance there's a likely scenario because we know that Brando he can't help it. You know, he's going to make noise in regards to basketball, right? Like he's going to make it known that he wants to join the team.
Yeah,
I think there's a good chance that Kirk pulls the Kevin and Bristol.
And just says I can't be on the team.
I don't want to. I think I might have just put it out there, but I don't listen, Brando. I don't want that. I'm a fan. We know that.
Right.
They won. I'm just saying. I could see that as a possibility.
That's not good. I don't know why you're putting this energy out there. Why would you say that?
What's with guys from Australia and trying to derail my hopes of different things for Kirk?
He's trying to destroy your life. All right, I'm not trying to destroy your life here.
That's fair.
Just your hopes and dreams.
My plan from this point out is to kind of grind in silence. I think maybe the arms have been waving a little too hard. Maybe I need to dial it back and just grind my way, through these next 10 days and just try to be ready. He didn't mention my name the other day. They said Kevin from Bristol will be there, Cliff will be there, Steve from Providence. So maybe they forgot about old Brando.
Wow. One episode.
That was a couple days. I think that was Monday, right?
That is
because they announced when the tryouts would be.
What did they say? This Monday?
A couple of business days.
Yeah.
And then you're in studio when? The 12th of May, is it?
Yeah, so either they're going to be shitting on me for sucking at basketball, or it might be a celebration of sorts. We'll see.
Do you think Pat Ford will make it to the game?
Like, will he survive till then, or?
Yeah.
Does he have a
right? No, I mean, well, every time anyone sees him or hears from him, he sounds so much closer to death.
Yeah.
And I think this is, again, I say this very much in jest, but obviously it was like a horrendous, horrible shock about cinema. If someone was to say to you, however, Pat Ford, I don't know if as many people would be as shocked.
We're talking about a man with one kidney, so I get it.
Yeah, as a man with damaged organs, I can relate,
Correct.
And he's got no testicles anymore either, has he?
It's true. Fuck, he's falling apart.
He's
might make
basically
him a little lighter, though.
That's true. That's true. Are you calling him fat?
I'm not saying that. You might say that. People might say that, but I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I think that's fair to say.
Johnny Warren dyed his hair, by the way. I was supposed to save that for what he was on, but I thought I'd just try that out there.
What do you mean? What color?
Brown, like dark brown. And I heard that from a very well protected pale source that I'm not going to reveal. Anyway, Brando.
Yeah.
Just as on like the cinema stuff. I think one of the reasons I was kind of looking through like other angles or like reasons why everyone loved him. One of the things that I like doing like network Twitter stuff and like obviously us having a show as well. If you were to guess how many shows he's been on, like other people's shows in the last 4 months, what would you say?
How many shows he's been on?
Yeah.
Not including his own show, you mean?
Correct.
Does that including Kirk's show?
No.
So just network stuff?
Yeah.
How many has he ever been on? Is that the question?
Recently.
No. In the last 4 months, how many separate shows? Not episodes, separate shows.
Oh, probably a dozen at least. Maybe 20. He did a couple What Else's. He did a bunch of the Cinema Lord podcast. He was on M&S.
Okay, you've not really understood the question yet.
Yeah, I feel like you were supposed to shoot the under.
Yeah. And also, you're listing like the number of episodes, not just separate shows.
Oh, that's what you mean? Okay.
I'll go 4.
Yeah, that's about right. Maybe 6.
7.
Ah.
Like the world's most generous man.
And yet he couldn't make time for the Brando show.
He never. The one show he refused to go on was the Brando show.
They said that's the last thing he saw was me and Andy.
It was too much for him.
Yeah, seriously, it hurt a lot of people.
Yeah, it did.
I'm still recovering.
So he did. Yeah, if you include his show as well on the network, he had the Cinema Lodge podcast. He had his monthly What Else show, which sadly, Jackson, you and I were scheduled to go on, right?
Correct.
We were supposed to be on it. I think we were supposed to be on it this Friday, right? We recorded him. Which, obviously very shit. Would have loved to have done that. The MNS, the Minifan Network show, he obviously did Mike and the Minifans. He came on this show. He went on Fireside Chats. And he was also on the PLC Chumps, the Mountain Dew.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, just like the world's most generous man this time. And, like, everyone loved that Bruno. He was so good, like, on our show. Just so easy to talk to. Fucking great.
Just the nicest guy you ever met. I had about a 20-minute conversation with him between, I guess I had a few conversations that totaled 20 or 30 minutes at Laconia. He was the Minifan I talked to the most at Laconia. I was in the line for the bathroom with him and Cliff, and I was really surprised at just how nice he was, because you don't really know how people are going to be. You know, you talk to him online or you see him on shows, and you don't know if they're going to be different or they'll be standoffish. And he was just the nicest guy of all time. Me, him, and Cliff were bullshitting for a good bit of time waiting for the bathroom. So just a super kind guy. I really enjoyed the What Else, the monthly What Else. That was great. He
great
probably
host.
was on the best episode of MNS, the one with Tommy Quinlan.
Right.
Yeah, that was by far the best.
And he must have been on like a dozen of Kirk's shows.
Yeah,
I would say. And he was just loved the show. And just a great dude. So it's just unfortunate.
Yes, that's very, very nice words there. And I would probably say, unfortunate, I'd probably go with a slightly stronger word. Yeah. Easy segue here, Jackson. Is Mary real or not?
Is it like she's real and they went on like 2 dates and it's not serious now still? Whatever the thing is it's either she's real and she's a psychopath, or she's not real and he's a psychopath. That's how I see it.
Wait, say that again?
If she is real, then she's
okay.
nuts.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
And if she's not real, then he's fucking nuts. So I see that. I think he's nuts anyway. And she's probably nuts in. Yeah.
So, yeah, is there a third option? She's real and he also is fucking nuts. So the pair of them are fucking nuts.
Exactly.
I
think
would
that's
probably
more
go
okay.
option C.
I think anything's a possibility.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's also been some recent questions about you, Brando, and your sexuality. And people have been asking, is your girlfriend real or is she a fake beard?
I mean, I guess it's a fair question. She's real in my eyes. So I guess, that's all that matters.
Maybe could you not yet know?
I guess I could be. This all could be a hallucination. I could still be in a coma from alcoholism, I suppose.
No, maybe
this could all be one long hallucination.
You might have just not discovered everything yet. Maybe you haven't quite got there yet. You haven't kind of felt around.
I think as far as Justin goes, though, I think I just get the feeling that something is up. It's just too weird. I think, I don't know if he got catfished or what it is, but everything, it just seems fishy, I'm one to believe pretty much anything from the show. And, what anyone says, I'm very, I believe people and give them the benefit of the doubt. But, This is a weird one. I don't know. I think she might not be real.
What are your thoughts, Tim?
I think it's a big bit to commit to if it isn't real, or if there isn't at least some weight of truth in it. It doesn't have to fully be true, but I think if it was completely made up to go to the lengths and make it into as big a bit that it is, if it came out then that Justin had just been making it all up, I think that's too risky. I think maybe you said there's maybe he went on a couple of dates with her, and maybe he's turned it into something far larger than it is. But that's a wild move to risk completely making it up and then someone finding out. Because you know Minfans, like, they're absolute lunatics. They will like search the entire internet and probably stalk him, which I'm very surprised someone didn't do. Well, obviously with events, it like kind of didn't.
Yeah, the lack of was there photos? Because Kirk sort of hinted at people actually did send photos in the DMs of Justin with this girl, and he sort of just didn't reveal it because it'd be funnier.
I think that was.
Is that a bit?
You're right.
That was a bit. I think. Was that a bit?
You think that's a bit?
I think Kirk was fucking around when he was saying that.
Wasn't that on the Unnamed show that he did that with? Oh no, because he said it with Dave. Didn't know. He said it after the Unnamed show.
At some point, he was kind of like joking, but yeah, he sort of laughed and goes, "Oh, I actually did get photos of him with this girl in the DMs. Yeah. I just didn't say it because I was playing along."
But
he might have been joking there.
Right.
I don't think he would do that.
You don't think he would joke about that?
No, I don't think he would keep something like that. I mean.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah. Although I don't know, he's got a lot of affection for Justin, and I don't think Justin's ever had a girlfriend before, is he? Like,
I'm not sure.
If he wants to find out, just let the poor kid just.
Yeah, that's true. If he's gonna get photos in the DM, he's not gonna bring it up.
He is or isn't?
No, he's not.
No.
Huh.
I think he could do later on.
Because it's the same with like he's married and stuff. Like that's all separate, Like Justin can have a separate life.
Yeah, but does Justin play by the same rules as Kirk? I'm not sure.
Probably not.
Well, is this a Steve Is this a Steve Robinson thing? Is this a Ben Robinson type deal or?
It's a good question.
Is it off limits?
But the Ben Robinson context was so early, wasn't it? That was like within weeks of him starting that he tried. It was the way he told Kirk as well, wasn't it? It was, you can't talk about my family.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
What?
And you can't talk about
I'm saying that's
what he did.
Yeah. Because he's got that arrogant tone, so it comes off bad.
Yeah. Whereas Justin, I think, very different. Just on Justin, did you both see that video he took with his new Ray-Ban Metas, his camera glasses?
I saw a glimpse of that. Yes, I'll pull it up now.
So
go on.
You see it, Brando, where he went to Mutt's volunteering?
Is that the one you're talking about, where he got?
Oh yes. Yeah. Sorry, I did watch the whole thing. Right.
Oh yeah, he was filming it through glasses. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
is
that illegal?
He bought some of those. Well, that I was thinking about that when he was in the sandwich shop buying the meatball sub. Are you allowed to just go around recording people? And I'm assuming you are.
Well, I think it's the glasses, right? Like, because that's secretive.
Yeah, that makes sense because those people seem very calm and not like. I was thinking, wow, these people aren't really having much of a reaction to having a camera, a phone or a camera in their face. And the lady was very calm.
He said it on a show a few weeks ago that he bought them. And then in the video, if you see, you can see both his hands carrying their bag.
Makes sense. I didn't watch it that.
That is a bit of a. That's quite concerning that Justin's out in the wild now with glasses that can record.
It's true.
Imagine some of the stuff that's probably already on those.
Right. Check his boots.
POV.
He's got a camera on his toe.
Speaking of Epstein, Justin might have some similar hard drive action.
You think he's got some POV Epstein style videos, do you? worth investigating. That's all you're saying.
I think somebody should look into it.
Yeah. We'll get on to that. We'll see if Tim and Canton's got time for it.
The case.
What did you think about Mutt being so against the Tim and Canton thing? I was like, wow.
Whack, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't think...
Go on.
Go on, Justin.
No, I was just going to say, I don't think it's Tim in particular. I mean, I know
it's anybody.
He's creepy, I guess, but yeah, I think it would have been anybody.
Well, I think you saw that from that video where, from the video where he went to the volunteering place, and then when he originally asked that person, whoever the other volunteer was, and they were like, "No, he's already left." I reckon Mutt's. I don't know if someone else has said this. They probably have. But Mutt said to them, "If anyone comes asking for me, it's probably a lunatic Minifan. Just say I'm not here, or come and ask me."
Ooh.
And then he would tell them he's not there. And then when he realised it was Justin, that was when he came running out and said, "Oh yeah, we'll have a free lunch. Give me a sandwich."
But do you think he wants that conversation? Because he's like volunteering. He probably doesn't want the big profile. He doesn't want people talking about what he's doing, you know? Like, that's the whole thing about not wanting the job, is people coming up being like, "Oh, you're Mutt from EI," you know? Like, does he want to talk to his like colleagues that he's with all day about like, "Oh, you know, I'm a bit of a celebrity, you know, just be careful if these people rock up."
Question.
How long do you fellas need me for? I gotta clock out in a minute. What's up? What's the plan?
Yeah, you do. We're probably gonna wrap it up soon anyway. A bit more of an impromptu one, because we had a whole thing planned, and then we kind of just figured this out today. So yeah.
I do have a question before you go.
Sure.
And well, I reckon this is a good one for us to wrap up.
Sure.
On. Do you both think that spaces are killing the network?
Yes. So I think that Mike and the Minifans, why would it come back when on a Friday night everyone's on the space, you know? And I think a big thing that started that is Menace, like, because everybody's doing the space during the week, and then Menace is like, "I'm going to do this big event on the network," and then so obviously literally every other person was like, "Oh fuck Menace, like let's do a different space and we'll all get on that." And then you saw the result. No one jumped on. He had one guy come on who abused the shit out of him, you know. So I think that's killed it, because now on a Friday night, now people know that they're going to do that, and they do it. They all get together and they all talk shit. So yes.
It's not just Friday night, is it? It's every night. It's during the day sometimes now.
Like, what is the incentive? Honestly, what is the incentive of bringing Mike and the Minifans back when a lot of the fun of it is like in the chat? But if the entire chat is now talking on the space, like why bring it back? And who's going to be the host? You know, Mike from Warren.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Brando?
I think for sure. I think it's been an oversaturation. The spaces have just gone absolutely crazy. It started with Robbie V doing it maybe once or twice a week, and it was like appointment listening. It was almost like its own show. And I'd be like, "Oh, cool, Robbie's doing the spaces. Pop in, it'd be kind of neat." Now, if you log on to Twitter, I'm more surprised if there isn't a space going on than if there is.
Right.
Between people like Jake, Manners, Tommy Quinlan's been hooked into it now. He's been doing a bunch. Even Sneakers is getting in on it with some of those. Those are some of my favorites, though, the morning ones with him and Manners. And I've popped in a little bit here and there when I'm getting done at work. Those are good. But I think it just oversaturates everything. Like Jackson said, why do you need a Mike and the Minifans when we're constantly discussing everything pretty much every day of the week? What is there left to discuss, and who would do it? I mean, I would hope Mick, but he's kind of separated himself. I think maybe Jake or Stein. If Stein seems to be wiggling his way back into the world a little bit. So.
Well, he's out of his contract in a few weeks at Newsmax, so he'll be free to talk. Jake is sane, so that'd be good. He's got his wits about him, so he definitely wouldn't fall. He definitely wouldn't fall apart.
No.
Can you just a question for you? A bit of controversy, behind the scenes. Bit of behind the scenes here, network stuff. Is it true that you fired Kane as your producer?
Oh.
Thanks, Tim.
And whilst you just remain silent for a minute, I spoke to Darren Cunningham and he said it's fine for you to make a statement.
Is that?
Oh well, if Darren said it, then
That's your attorney. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
he came to me and said, it's
Can
fine.
we get him on? Is that possible? Can we get him?
Yeah. Do we need Darren on for all of your
Send him the link. Just send him the link. See what happens.
He won't show his face, but Darren is a good lawyer. As of right now, Kane is still my producer. We will see if that changes in the future, but I've always tried my best to stay a Caniac, and the guy has had his issues, but he's always been good to me. So it's very tough for me to just abandon him.
Is it because you don't have a better option?
Who's to say?
Okay. Why wasn't he on the show last week producing? Is that because he was clogging a toilet?
Yeah.
I've been advised not to answer that.
I think you actually have been advised. You're free. You have the floor. Go.
Yeah, Darren said you can. You don't have to answer the clogging the toilet part, but Darren said you are okay to answer why he didn't produce last week.
I'm getting a call actually right now. Darren, what's that? No, Darren says I have to plead the fifth.
Right. Okay. He would.
Just the nicest guy of all time.
Yes.
If you were looking to self-produce, it's
Loves
the
bacon.
world's easiest thing.
That's probably where I'm going towards at some point, just producing my own show, just to make it easy, just so you don't have to, time it out right where, what time can the producer do it? What time can I do it? What time can the guest do it? It takes a little bit less of that stuff out of it, and it's always good to have another skill. So if I can produce, then make my life a little easier.
It's like any big band, like he's they start getting popular, they get a lot of attention, and then one guy in the crew, he doesn't like the attention the other people get, so he fires the other members and he makes it all about himself.
In what way?
Is he just laughing? What is that noise?
Yes, me laughing.
Oh,
is it Tim?
Or is that
wow,
I'm laughing at your reaction, Bren.
Yeah. Thanks for leaving me hanging, Tim, you fucking asshole.
No, it's not my fault. He's not answering you. You've thrown out this analogy and he's just giving you this blank face.
That was for you. I was asking you the question, you asshole.
Oh, were you asking me? All right.
Yeah.
I look stupid now, don't I?
Anyway, whatever.
I will say in Kane's defense, though, he's always been at the ready. Whenever I tell him a time or a day, he's been ready to go. Has he been intoxicated here and there? Maybe.
A lot of great men have.
By the way, just before we go, then that was one of my favourite stories that not an interesting story, but I very much enjoyed it. When Cinema came on our show, he was saying he used to have Wednesdays off work, so he'd go and watch like kids' movies at the cinema. So he'd get to go to like a 12 o'clock showing, but he would wait until like I think whatever it was, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or whatever it is, like one of those sort of kids movies. And then he'd wait till it'd been out for like 2 or 3 months so that all the kids had seen it already. And then he'd go at Wednesday at like midday, and he said he'd take his weed pen into the cinema. He'd take like 3 or 4 nips and a little Captain Morgan's in his pocket, and then he'd go up to the big disabled seat and just lounge out.
That's
like,
fucking that's crazy. That's an animal.
Cinema said that.
Yeah. He said it on our show last time. It's like, what a day that sounds like.
I have to rewatch that one. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. I don't know if I was aware that he was on.
Yes. He's fantastic, and we talked to him for a long time afterwards as well. And he's just a fucking great guy. But going back to that, like the pen, I understand. Taking in nips is fucking crazy.
a little bit wild, but I can't really talk because I used to have 3-4 nips on me at all times back in the day.
I loved it. He loved what he loved. Like the things he loved, he fucking loved them.
Unapologetically.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. Smoking a fag, having a little cocktail and watching films. There's not much better in life. Obviously, not for you, Brando. Don't be doing
Not for me. Goes
Not for
badly.
It's not. It doesn't result in good things. And also, so just one last thing. I was reminded we did our. You probably haven't seen this either, Brando. We did our end of year awards for 2024. Yes. Jackson and I, and we'd forgotten, but we'd actually given. In fact, I've got a tiny little clip here. I won't show the whole thing. Let me show it to you.
Positive note. So, the Cinema Lords, Good Vibes Person of the Year Award. There's only one nominee and one winner. It's Cinema Lords again.
And who's the lesbian with the glasses?
Yeah, I gotta bring that. I gotta bring that look back. That looks sick. That looked cool. I actually lost those glasses, which sucked because that was Christmas, I think, and they were brand new. So I'm fucking upset. They were my John Lennons. Anyway, back to.
I hope it turns out similarly. Wait, is he the dead one or no?
He's dead.
He's the one that's still alive. Yeah.
Damn
he's the drummer. Yeah.
Never mind.
Wait, you said John Lennon?
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, so we'll retire that award. Although actually, if I watched the full minute clip, and we actually said in it he's going to win it every year, so there's probably no point in doing it.
I don't think to retire the award, it'd be better to be a Cinema Lords award ceremony.
Oh, that's good. That's a good point.
You know,
like I wonder what they do.
Like the Lombardi trophy.
What the main show will do.
We'll give out the Cinema Lords trophy. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well,
love your work. Thanks, Brando.
Thank you for coming on, Brando. Jackson, can you do the wrap up?
Say something, Brando. Getting paid. Well, I was gonna make a joke, but no, yes, thank you. So Tim, you can do it. I'm not very sentimental.
All right, guys.
Goodbye, Brando.
See you later. I just want to say rest in peace, cinema.
Yes.
A legend gone too soon.
One of a kind. Yep.
Yes. Rest in peace.
We love you, cinema. We love you, Brando.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
We love you, everyone. All right.
See ya.
Take it easy. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah. I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my lonely mind. I think about you, baby, and I dream about you all the time. I'm here without you, baby, but you're still with me in my dreams.